So Ethereum slid below $4,000 mark on Thursday, its lowest in nearly 7 weeks, extending a rout that has erased over $140 billion in the market value since the start of this week. Analysts flag institutional inflows cooling and technical signals pointing to a short-term pressure. So ETFs outflows deepen. The sell-off investors have pulled nearly $300 million from the US-listed Ethereum ETF since Monday, when $1.7 billion in the bullish bets were wiped out in a sudden downturn. Analysts warn the drop below 3,800 could trigger further liquidations, possibly dragging Ethereum towards the 3,700 to further 3,500 zone. So Bitcoin joins the slide ahead of the expiry as the market bellwether dipped to $111,500, slipping by 1.7%, adding to pressure across majors. And with $17 billion in the Bitcoin open interest and the $5.3 billion in Ethereum positions set to expire on Friday, as per the Durbit, volatility could spike in the weekends as well. So leverage risk looms large because, as per the CoinGlass data, reveals that the dense BTC long cluster between the $110,000 to $114,000 levels, which is the 50 times and the 100x leverage. And this is actually a big concern for the entire market, wherein the liquidity pockets below the $107,000 raise the risk of cascading liquidation if the downside triggers, adding fragility. We are pointing out from last 2-3 days that there is a big leverage bets the investors are taking, and this is actually a big concern in the market because the liquidity pockets below the $107,000 level has raised the risk of cascading liquidation, if the downside triggers, and if it slips below that level, it can fall further beyond the $1 lakh mark. But despite short-term weakness, Ethereum supplies on the exchange fell to 9-year lows as investors accumulate 2.7 million ETH over the past month, which is evidence of a long-term conviction amid the outflows. And altcoins bleed, and select tokens buck the trends, such as which is the AVEX that sank 10%, Story Protocol's IP lost 17%, and majors like BNB, Sol, Doge, ADA, Link, Sui, LTC, HBAR, Uniswap, Aave and DOT fell between 3 to 5%. Defying the market were the FLR and ZEC, which has gained 5 to 7%. But corporate and the exchange moves keep interest alive. So in South Korea, internet giant Naver is set to acquire Upbit, highlighting tech sector's ambition in the crypto. Meanwhile, China's Uizi Holding approved a $1 billion allocation into Bitcoin, ETH, and the BNB signaling corporate treasuries' growing appetite. And the ETF flows split, wherein the Bitcoin versus Ethereum spot Bitcoin ETFs recorded $241 million in the net inflows on September 24th, underscoring the demand resilience. In contrast, spot Ethereum ETFs witnessed $79.4 million in outflows, adding to Ethereum's near-term headwinds. So going forward, traders now eye Friday's PCE inflation data. A softer print could bolster bets on a deeper Fed cut, unlocking liquidity into the Q4. That backdrop may fuel Bitcoin's long-awaited breakout, setting up the altcoins for the renewed momentum. That's all there is in this Coin Monitor. Keep watching 3.TV. Thank you.